in the Carbine Club, and Jabali a little bit slow into stride. First out, Mackinnon bounced in front here from Tarumba and Dekash, making ground on the outside. Further out on the track than Renoic. Wider out is Dangerous, travelling forward from Let's Compromise. Whistler over on the inside, pushing forward, poking around with Chattanooga. Settling down now from the outside, Dekash took it up from Mackinnon, who's pushed up on the inside of Tarumba, and with that second division now is Dangerous. Two further back, Chattanooga. One off the fence, poking around inside it, and Renoic is out on the outside of those. A length further back in the race over, followed by Whistler. 1.5 Trousers, Soviet Draw. Oval Office has got a fair way back off midfield. 2 lengths to Southern Crown, 1 Jabali, and last of all Kojak. Racing up to the 900 metre mark now. Dekash about a half length in front. From outside of Dangerous, a length further back Renoic, who's wide around Mackinnon, followed by Tarumba back in the middle. Further back, Let's Compromise very deep. A length further back Chattanooga. Outside it over, followed by poking around. Further back then came Trousers. Whistler coming to the turn from Soviet Draw. Then Jabali, Southern Crown, and well back Kojak with Oval Office. Around the turn, 500 metres to go. Dekash on the inside from Mackinnon, a length and a half poking around. Into the clear, Tarumba, the green colours, followed by Trousers, Jabali. Chattanooga trying to get out, and here's Over coming down the middle, running on. A gap, Whistler, and then Oval Office. Across the track and Over out wide has raced up to Mackinnon. Trousers just behind those trying to get through. It's Over in front now from Trousers, Mackinnon and poking around. Then Whistler with a late run over the leader close to home from Trousers, and Over will take the first. Over wins. 3/4 Trousers ahead, third poking around, Whistler fourth. Then further back in the race came out wide Southern Crown, Jabali. Wider out Kojak, behind those Chattanooga with Oval Office. Further back then Mackinnon, a gap then Dekash. Well back there, Tarumba didn't finish off from Soviet Draw. Let's Compromise. Towards the tail here is Dangerous, and back at the rear was Renoic.
Okay, Brian Martin calling 1, 8 and 13 in the first. Could be a photo for second. Over to return, John Hawkes, Larry Cassidy. Starting the carnival so well. Over $9.90, $3 a place. Trousers, $16.10 for the place. Poking around $4.40.
1 over, 11.10, 368. Trousers, 13.50, and 13 poking around 4.40.
I'll pay you $380.70. The trifecta on 1, 8, 13, $11,437, and the exacta on 1 and 8, $661.60. They are unofficial at this stage, of course. Great start for the Sydney Siders with John Hawkes.
They're off and running. Felvalon bounded away from gate number 8. They're all going to cross it to the flat side. Double trio beat out Fabiano's son, who's eased back, and Cullen going forward. Felvalon quickly goes up now to join them, settling down. Fabiano's son was over racing back behind those. Cullen up on the inside of Felvalon. They're the leaders. A length in front of Gotham Ruler. One further back, Alpine Express. Double trio in the check colours locked away the inside. Then Zaytan. Further back, Prize Fighter. And Fabiano's son is last of all. 7.50 out. Felvalon outside Cullen. A length and a half double trio locked away inside Alpine Express. Gotham Ruler 3 out. 1.5 then to Prize Fighter Zaytan. Fabiano's son will come down the middle. He's still last as they come onto the course proper. 500 to go. Felvalon and Cullen. A length and a half Gotham Ruler double trio. Then further back came at the head of the others Alpine Express. Fabiano's son about 3 lengths off them, coming down the middle from Zaytan. Felvalon on the outside of Cullen at the 200 metre mark. Felvalon's got his head in front of Cullen. 2 or 3 double trio and Fabiano's son. Felvalon going for the 7 straight. He's drawn a half in front. He's digging deep and he'll get home. Felvalon coming away from Cullen. Felvalon 3/4. Cullen second, a half third Fabiano's son. Double trio fourth. A gap in the race. Alpine Express, Zaytan, Gotham Ruler and Prize Fighter last of all.
Felvalon number 1 to pay $1.50, 104 for Cullen is $2, and number 2 Fabiano's son 150.
1 Felvalon, 180, 110, 4 Cullen, 210, and 2 Fabiano's son, 140.
This horse, he was put under pressure, just having trouble shaking off Cullen, but he really had to dig, and he found. And he drew away from Cullen with Fabiano's son getting back to last. He wasn't brilliant out of the gate, and he was over racing and wanted to fight with the rider early. The jock had no alternative but to ease him back to get him to settle, so he settled last to the 8, came down the middle, was about 4 lengths off them, but he can't give a start to a horse like Felvalon, and he had every chance, the third horse. It's 1, 4 and 2. 1, 4 and 2. He just...
And Felvalon, 150, 104 for Cullen, $2, 2 Fabiano's son, $1.50, Quinella, $7.60, Exacta, $7.30, the 142 trifecta is $21.80.
Stalls are back, they're off, and they came away in a pretty good line. And actually, Culnura from the outside was first to leave, commencing well, Stranger. So too, nearer to the inside, Guns Ablaze. Beamer's not far away. 2 lengths then to the stablemates, Desert Sachet and Bathers, and about 3 lengths to Zare. It's Culnura leading as they race along past the 750. 3/4 to a length on Stranger. Guns Ablaze third, followed by Beamer a half length away on the outside, and then Desert Sachet at its girth the outside, the favourite Bathers, and a little more than a length to Zare. No change in the order, working down the side of the Canterbury Park track, and the leader Culnura 3/4 of a length on Stranger, nearly 2 lengths to Beamer. Bathers being called upon by York now, and then Guns Ablaze, Desert Sachet and Zare is last. Culnura will lead them around the home corner, and with 300 to go, Culnura a length and a quarter, Stranger 2 lengths to Beamer, and then Bathers on the extreme outside. They're getting through this turf a little in the straight, 200 to go. Bathers not going on strongly, and Stranger's out after Culnura. Bathers can do no better than Beamer, but on the outside, Stranger draws to a narrow lead from Culnura, and down to the line goes Stranger, fresh from a spell. It's Stranger narrowly from Culnura. Bathers a disappointing third, and then Beamer followed by Zare, and Desert Sachet was second last, and Guns Ablaze are tailed off last.
6 Stranger, 10.40, 3.80, 2 Culnura, 3.10, 3 Bathers, no third.
Over. And this horse, fresh from a spell today, Stranger, too good. Rod Quinn aboard, and has paid upwards of $10 in New South Wales and $4.20. Number 6, Stranger, after a sharp struggle with Culnura, beat him off. Culnura's run second, number 2, and it'll pay $2.70. It was also fresh from a spell and battled on well. And number 3 will be third, Bathers, looking to have every hope. 6, 2 and 3, the winner by Zetative from Jessamy. Bred by the Woodland Stud, and of course by them, John Hawkes, the trainer, Rod Quinn, the rider, and has clocked 105.61, 105.61 in taking out the first of the day. Sectionally, 35.92. Yeah, well, I couldn't offer an excuse in the world for Bathers. He settled seemingly well. The race was run at a good speed, and Yorkie pulled him to the outside as they came down past the 700, and in the straight, he just started to dig the toes in. He might be a bit overrated, Bathers. I don't know. Maybe we've got to give him another chance, but face value, very disappointing. Culnura, a good run. So we've had the first 2 having not started since the middle part of June and running the Quinella. 6, 2 and 3. Half a neck the winning margin, 2 3/4 lengths second and third, 105.61, 35.92. Exotics, Quinella 38.
And well towards the inside.
The Warrior out fast, out a little wider on the track, just behind those Rose of War holding the fence when they settle down, and from the outside Voodoo Beat followed further back by Sheer Kingston. Lady Elate is going up about 7th, going out of the straight there and a little wide. Taking up the lead out of the straight here is Nazaro going through to lead Voodoo Beat. The Warrior third from Rose of War going up 4th. Then Arcadia and Lady Elate a half further back Cheviot. On the inside of Hills and Sheer Kingston 3 out. 2 lengths further back Sabuan, followed to the outside of it by Sea Squill. The pace is quite good at the moment. 3 further back Brew. 1 to Striding Edge over on the inside, and last of all is Mackie Boa. As they race up the back of the 1800 metre mark now, Nazaro on top, led by a length and a half to Voodoo Beat second. Third over on the inside, the Warrior, 1.5 further back. Over on the outside is Lady Elate 4th. 5th is Rose of War. It's now left the fence from Cheviot back inside it. A length further back was Ills, followed further back by Arcady. A length further back Zabuan from Sheer Kingston. 2 lengths further back in the race then came Sea Squill, Striding Edge, Brew the outside, and 2 to Mackie Boa. Into the back they race at the 1400 metre mark in the back straight of the race, and the leader still on the inside. Nazaro just holds them up in front a little, about 3/4 to Voodoo Beat. The Warrior is parked over on the inside, and Rose of War is now going up on the outside of it. Lady Elate is 3 out, a length further back Arcady, Chevy at the inside. They're followed by Ills, 2 further back Zabuan. Outside at Sheer Kingston, a couple of lengths further back Brew. Over on the inside Sea Squill, and they're slowed right up now. Mackie Boa up on the outside of Striding Edge. 950 metres to go. Nazaro still on top. 3/4 to Voodoo Beat on the outside, and Lady Elate has had no luck at all out 3 deep. A length further back the Warrior 4th. 5th in the middle is Rose of War's enjoyed a good run. A length and a half then to Arcadia. A length further back in the race Hills. Over on the inside Cheviot, followed by Sheer Kingston. Then Mackie Boa going around the outside of Zabuan. Further back in the race Sea Squill. Brewback second last. Striding Edge last of all. Up to the bend they race. Nazaro from Voodoo Beat is under pressure. 3 out the red cap there. Lady Elate has got Rose of War tucked away. No, now she's out. And Arcady further out. Rose of War is after the leader. And the Warrior back on the inside. It's Rose of War going up now with outside in Arcady. The Warrior back on the fence from Sheer Kingston. Then a gap to Sea Squill. Rose of War the middle and Arcady. And on the inside the Warrior 3 in line. The Warrior got up on the inside to Rose of War. Stride for stride. Rose of War. And on the inside the Warrior heads up and down. The Warrior's just one on the line ahead to Rose of War. Out wide a Sea Squill grabbed third. Arcady just dropped off to run fourth. Then Brew out wide, followed by Nazaro, Sheer Kingston, Lady Elate from Ills, further back in the race, Sabuan. Then Cheviot, Striding Edge, well back, Mackie Boa, and Voodoo Beat dropped to the tail. It's a photo.
7 the Warrior, 11.70, 3.70, 4 Rose of War, 1.70, 5 Sea Squill at 2.80. There
on the Super Tab, 7 the Warrior, 16.40, 4.10, 4 Rose of War, 1.60, and 5 Sea Squill to return $2.60. National Racing Service, Triple SFM. Standing by to go back to Brian at Flemington for more after the running of race number 3 on the program there today. More totes coming through. Race number 1 in Brisbane, they finished 7, 1 and 5. 7 was the winner, and that was Na Wong, paid for the win $18.30. The place $5.80. Second went to 1. Paul.
Racing this time, Hold My Hand from the inside, jumped out cleanly. Excalibur the outside is right up with the lead. Cajun Lass is not far away, and the same can be said for Buena Vista. Excalibur and Cajun Lass lope along together as they travel inside the 100 on the first occasion, and now Excalibur, trained by Kim Moore, goes to a lead of about a length and a quarter on Cajun Lass as they pass the judge. Buena Vista a length away third, and just over 1 length to Hold My Hand as they turn out of the straight now and race along past the 1400 metres, and the lead is held by Excalibur. Second is Cajun Lass. Buena Vista is running third, and close up on the inside of the favourite is Hold My Hand, and no change in order now to the 1200 marker. And Excalibur leads out about a length and a half. Cajun Lass 2 lengths to Buena Vista by a Melbourne Cup winner at Talac, and 3/4 to Hold My Hand on the inside. In driving rain here at Canterbury Park, they stride towards the back section of the course and go along past the 950. And Mitch Newman aboard Excalibur has the chestnut, leading by a length and a half on Cajun Lass. Another apprentice aboard Cajun Lass, Brian Cutter. Buena Vista right in touch with the 2 in front of him. He's about, or say, 3 lengths off the lead, and at his neck on the inside is Hold My Hand. This has been the pattern for pretty well all the way. And as they work to the 600 marker, and Excalibur leads about 3/4 of a length on Cajun Lass, and 2 lengths further back is Buena Vista, and Hold My Hand spat the bit out and dropped out a conspicuous last. Now Rodney Quinn about to call upon Buena Vista as they reach the 400 with Excalibur as the speed quickens for the first time. Developing into a sprint home, and Excalibur leads about a length on Cajun Lass and 2 lengths to Buena Vista. Cajun Lass is looming up to Excalibur, and Buena Vista still 2 lengths from them, and 2.5 to Hold My Hand. Cajun Lass takes over from Excalibur. Buena Vista can't get near Cajun Lass, and then Hold My Hand, but it's all Cajun Lass, and in no danger Cajun Lass, and she'll win it well from Hold My Hand and Excalibur, and the favourite 4th and last, Buena Vista. Number 3, number 5 has scored. Number 3 made play, but couldn't hold out number 5.
5 Cajun Lass, 9.50. The win, no place pool operated.
Well, number 5 too good. The rank outsider in the field of 4 has paid $9.50 on the only tote. Number 5 Cajun Lass, ridden by Brian Carter, has beaten 4 Hold My Hand, 3 Excalibur, and 4th went to 2 Buena Vista. It's 5, 4, 3 and 2 after race number 2, and Cajun Lass is trained at Gosford by Gordon York. For B.J. Wiseman, L.J. Scott and D.J. Knott is by Red Anchor from Diamond Toes, a 5-year-old chestnut mare. She was the only female in the field of 4, and she's given the boys a bath. Winning by 2 lengths, a length second and third. The time was 2:01.48. 2:01.48, 36.77 was the sectional time. Well, Yali dawdled in the early stages there. She just finished a little too powerfully, but really, 4-horse race in Sydney on a Saturday doesn't hold us in a very high light, does it? But nevertheless, things are being undertaken, I'm told, from the right quarter to address this programming situation in Sydney. So we hope that something will come to fruition in the not too distant future, and we will see fields, even if we have a lesser class of horse racing in Sydney on a Saturday afternoon. What does it matter? As long as we've got a little bit of depth in the field and value for the punters. That's all we need. We don't have to worry about class horses because there's simply not enough of them to go around. So even if we have to run these very much restricted races, run them. People will bet. Here are totes. Number 5, 9.50, and let's check the